Hi guys, Ian Johnson from DriveSuccess.com. Today we're going to talk about the importance of managing your customers' expectations when it comes to making custom-made parts or one-off designs. Okay. Now, when it comes to managing customer expectations, aside from just manufacturing custom-made parts, managing customer expectations is the single most important aspect of sales. Okay. It has to be done at the outset of any new customer relationship, and it must be continually done, constantly done with a customer over time. Okay. You always have to discuss what you can accomplish, what you can accommodate in terms of what the customer expects. Because if you don't manage your customers' expectations, they're going to do it for you and they're going to get upset. At some point in time, something's going to happen that was not discussed, it's going to catch them off guard, and then if that happens, they'll dictate all future terms of business, okay? So you got to manage your customers' expectations when it comes to those custom-made parts. And the first key to doing that is, number one, you must charge your customers an NRE charge. Okay? You must charge customers a non-recurring engineering charge. It's essential. Part of managing your customers' expectations on custom-made parts is making sure they understand what's involved in the custom-made design. You're pulling resources away from engineering, manufacturing, drafting, QC. Your engineering department is incredibly important in the sense that anytime you have an engineering change request or a quality control review, they are immediately pulled to production. So they are an essential resource and you've got to charge for their time. Okay? So the NRE charge is essential. I covered earlier in a video on how to go about coming up with a non-recurring engineering charge. You know, you can use my process or you can use your own. Whatever you do, make sure you charge your customer for the design. That's the first part of managing a customer's expectations on custom-made parts. The second part is you've got to try to control the change requests. Okay? Now, look, your customer is probably going to make a couple of changes now and then. It goes with the territory. But one of the reasons why, custom-made parts are so expensive, aside from the engineering time and everything else, is that the cost to finance these sales are high. Okay? The cost to finance on custom-made parts are higher than standard products. Okay? And the reason why that is because every single time your customer makes a change request, you're basically in a holding pattern. You've got to basically leave that product semi-finished inventory in manufacturing, and it's not going anywhere. It's just going to sit there until the giant design changes are done, until the new drawings are done on AutoCAD, new work orders are created. So change requests on custom-made designs are killers. And just to give you an idea of how impactful that can be, let's say you have a yearly interest rate on loans, okay, with your bank. Let's say you got a 6% yearly interest rate. Your daily interest rate is going to be 6% divided by 365 days in a year, so it's 0.0164%. Okay. Now your cost of goods sold is $10,000 in terms of the cost to manufacture this product. Okay, so those are your cost of goods sold. So every single day your customer puts a change request in and asks you to hold on continuing manufacturing. Every single day it's going to cost you $1.64. Okay, so cost of delay. Now this $1.64 is simply the 0.0164% multiplied by your cost of goods sold. And keep in mind, this cost of goods sold is going to fluctuate. Maybe when they put a hold on the job, the cost of goods sold is at that point in time, semi-finished state, $7,000, whatever the case may be. But either way, you're going to have to cover this additional financing cost every single time your customer puts a change request in and asks you to change the design or fix something. Okay, 10 days, you're talking about $16.40. Okay, 45 days, you're talking about $73.90. I mean, it goes on and on and on, and these costs do add up. And one of the problems is that, companies see this cost and they go, well, it's not that much. I mean, but that's not how you're supposed to look at it. You're supposed to look at it in the sense of you have a gross profit on the sale. This erodes your gross profit. Every time you see this, ask yourself one simple question. How much does it take our company in order to generate $1 of profit? Okay? So how much in sales? Is it $8? Whatever that amount is, that's what you're losing every single time your customer puts a hold on it. Okay, so think about how much it costs to create $1 of profit, and then this will give it a little bit more. You know, it'll bring it down to a level that you can understand. Every single change request costs your company money. Okay, charge NRE, control the change requests, and then number 3, what you want to do here is you want to control the revisions. Okay. Now, what I mean by this is the revisions for future orders. Okay, going through this NRE charge, at the end of this, you want to be able to have a product that if your customer comes back and buys it again, you can absorb some of the costs that you've incurred. But if they come back and start making a whole bunch of change requests again, you're going to have issues. Now, by all means, I'm not saying this is ironclad. I don't want you to get on the phone with your customer and tell them, you know, we're going to design this thing once and you're going to take it and you're not going to have any change requests, and when you come back again, you got to buy the same part. I'm just saying that I don't want you to do that. I'm just saying you got to try to basically continually discuss with the customer and make them aware that, you know, change requests are costly. You know, I don't want you to beat your customer over the head, but if your customer understands that change requests are costly, that revision requests are costly after you've shipped a finished good to them, and they come back and want to buy more, if you've explained these things to them, you've done a better job of managing your customers' expectations than you had done had you not explained those, okay? So, again, look at your NRE charge, try to control the change requests, be aware of what that impact is on financing, financing semi-finished inventory, and once you've shipped your product out to your customer, you know, try to control future revisions as much as possible, or if revisions are made by your customer, make sure you charge for it, okay? Make sure you go back and you charge them for any revision changes. So that's it, managing customer expectations on custom-made parts. The NRE charge is on the website, driversuccess.com. So that's it, Ian Johnson. Take care. Bye-bye.